Jamaica.
Dr. Shillingford, you're talking about the time you entered Jamaica for University of West Indies. At the time, was it University College West Indies or University of West
It
Indies?
was University College of West Indies.
And what year did you enter?
And that year was, let me see now.
You left grammar school in 55.
It was 57.
Okay,
I got to UCWI in 57.
I see.
And about a year or two after that, you remember as well that several of the West Indian islands were getting their independence from the UK.
Well, first they formed the Federation, didn't they?
Right, exactly. The Federation was formed. And so the folks decided that London University decided that UCWI should have its independence and should be a university on its own. So it went from UCWI to UWI. So I have one degree, my first master's, that has UCWI, and later on I got UWI.
Tell me what it was like coming from Dominica. You took the Grumman Goose, I was told.
That is correct.
That is a seaplane, huh?
You fellas in Dominica had no airport. That was the problem. No airport. You could go and take a plane to go anywhere. So I am in Dominica. I have to go to Jamaica by some means. The only way, I must get to Barbados and take the plane from there to fly to Jamaica. So the folks said, well, you have to go to Soufriere to get on the seaplane, the Grumman Goose. So this plane comes and lands on the water, and they have to row me out to get onto this plane. And the plane then flies to Barbados. That's how it was.
That's how it was.
Yeah.
And that's the famous story of the Grumman Goose.
The Grumman Goose.
How many people could go on that plane?
You couldn't have any more than half a dozen people.
Half a dozen.
On a
Four
plane
seats
like that.
and two in it jump seats.
And Brother Dave, so here we have Dr. Dave Shillingford and Dr. Clayton Shillingford, two members of the Domescore Academy out here in Florida, and they're talking about the old days. And Clayton was saying when he was at the university, that's when in Jamaica, Mona, Still Band and Carnival came in. How'd that happen?
Well, the Trinidadian fellas brought that up. First of all, they started having steel band at the Students' Union to have fete, and they used to have, all of a sudden, they having Carnival and Carnival Queen and all that. And the story spread from there. Next thing you know, we were having street dance and steel band in the middle of Mona.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Dave, did you experience any of that, Dave?
No, not.
This fellow was too young.
I hadn't gone to Canada yet. I hadn't gone to.
You went to school in Trinidad at the Imperial College of Tropical Agriculture.
Yeah, and
What was that like, Dave, being in Trinidad?
it was quite nice, you know. They had the facilities of the old
Imperial College of Tropical
College still
Agriculture.
functioning there.
Imperial College
Lots
of
of the
Tropical
students there
Agriculture.
were English students.
That's
and
what it
still
used to
had.
be before it became agriculture.
Did you ever go there, Clayton? You ever visited?
To Trinidad?
Yes.
I went to Trinidad for meetings and all that, but not to study.
Not yet. Not UWI.
When I
Not
went,
school. Not university there. Not to school there.
No, I didn't go to school there.
But Dave, after you finished at the old Imperial College of Tropical Agriculture, you went on to...
Hold on a while. When I went to Trinidad, it wasn't at the Imperial College of Tropical Agriculture.
changed already.
That changed already.
Yeah.
However, there were lots of English students and African students and Fiji students who were there, you know, in the same tradition of the ICTA, but who were being trained in tropical agriculture.
So they were from the other parts of the empire.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it had changed to University of the West Indies, St. Augustine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so your degree is actually from St. Augustine.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you went on to Cornell to do your PhD.
Yeah.
Now we have here Margaret Shillingford, who is your wife, and you met her in Jamaica. She was one of the distinguished Jamaican nurses of the day. Is that right?
Yes?
Yes,
That
yes,
is
yes.
right.
You would not, of course, get married to anybody less than distinguished. So I'm following up here. Margaret is here. Margaret, I was told by you that several of the Dominicans at the time, I think some names were mentioned, Bernard Sorrento, Dr. Sorrento, Dr. Shillingford, both Dave and Clayton, married Jamaican nurses. What sort of...
Yeah.
Riviere, Dr. Riviere as well?
Mervyn, yes.
Moving. So were there any nurses left at the Jamaican? after the Dominican students came through, were there any Jamaican nurses left to give injections and so on?
I think there were quite a few still left, you know.
Yes, indeed. But what did you find charming about this Dominican gentleman?
What kind of a question is that? Be careful, you know, with these lawyers.
Yeah, it'll trip you up.
Yeah.
Exactly. Be careful.
No, they were. Well, bear in mind we were just out of high school and that sort of a thing, and just interacting with young guys, and we found them to be gentlemanly and
For the time.
Well
pleasant
spoken,
company, well spoken
handsome.
and
Handsome
handsome.
enough.
Yes, yeah, that goes
Easy
without
on the
saying.
eye.
They were well spoken, you know, don't
Well
forget about
spoken,
that.
yes.
They weren't talking jabba jabba.
And we found them interesting
They didn't do
because
that at
Oh.
all.
they spoke differently from us. So the accent was also
Yes, yes.
interesting.
Interesting, yes.
They were interesting people, and we wanted to
Yeah.
know more about them, you know.
Fair enough.
So we decided to take the federal boat when we graduated, and we went up the islands.
Well, you know something else that was happening? On a weekend, there were several fellas who hit the road and headed for the student nurses' quarters. Because they would go up there
How come you're not talking about that? That's a different time, right?
they would go up there, and some of them would tell people a pack of stories that they're going up there to Papin. They're not going to know them Papin, which is a little village north of the university. They're going to date these girls, and they would bring the young women to the swimming pool, bring them to the students' union. That's how these things started.
Well, what about the place called? You finished?
Gerald Grell is another one, you know.
Yeah, great.
Who might
A Jamaican.
Karen
Jamaican,
is
yes.
Jamaican.
Yeah.
Oh wow. I didn't
Gerald Grell
realize
is
that.
another one. Libby Roy, all these fellas.
Yeah.
They couldn't wait to go back to Dominica and get a Dominican lady.
I don't know if they wanted to go back to Dominica to
Well,
meet
that's a
Dominican
little
ladies.
different, eh?
All I
Okay,
can
back
tell you is that
Because you were in Jamaica at a point in time when you were thinking seriously of getting married.
that is correct.
And unless you're going to go
Because
back
you're
home, you
about to
didn't have the
graduate.
opportunity of going back home on a regular basis.
I see.
So you're working up there, difficult to
I
go
get
back
you.
home,
Okay.
ready to get married. So you see a nice girl there.
Yeah, you just capture,
Okay.
take the opportunity and work with that.
Exactly.
Okay.
That caused a lot of trouble.
Are you satisfied, Miss Christian, with the answers?
Dominican mothers, you.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
You know
They
that?
wanted- well,
Are you aware? Are you aware of that? Dominican mothers were not delighted.
Well, this is why I asked the questions
with
and
all
they
these
wait to go
fellas coming
back.
back with
Yeah,
Jamaican women.
yeah, that's what I'm
They
thinking.
would,
I would imagine
that-
it would
that
put some
was
kind of
not-
tension
that was
among the
not
young
well
women
received
there.
at all,
Yeah.
at all. Not well received
I would
by the
imagine so.
mothers of the Dominican young women.
If you switch up, I'll tell you.
Okay, switch off now.
Switch off.
I want to